About 4.6 billion years ago, our sun didn't exist. It all began in a giant cloud of gas and dust, known as a molecular cloud, primarily composed of hydrogen and helium. Suddenly, a shockwave from a nearby supernova, which is an exploding star, disturbed this cloud. The disturbance caused the cloud to collapse under its gravity. As the cloud contracted, it spun faster and faster, and the material at the center grew denser and hotter, forming a protostar, a young star still gathering mass. When the temperature in this core reached approximately 15 million degrees Celsius, nuclear fusion began. Hydrogen atoms fused into helium, releasing a huge amount of energy. This energy pushed outward, balancing the inward pull of gravity, and thus, the sun was born. Since then, the sun has been in what scientists call the main sequence phase. During this long period, which has lasted approximately 4.6 billion years and will continue for billions more, hydrogen in the core continues to fuse into helium. This fusion produces the sunlight and heat that sustain life on Earth, power our weather, and drive photosynthesis in plants. The sun during this stage is quite stable. Its size, brightness, and temperature don't change much. Imagine the incredible energy output, enough to light up the entire Earth and beyond. In the future, about 5 billion years, the sun's hydrogen in the core will be nearly exhausted. When that happens, the fusion process will slow down. As a result, the core will no longer produce enough outward pressure to counteract gravity. The core will then begin to contract under its weight, heating up even more. This will cause the sun's outer layers to expand dramatically and cool down, turning it into a red giant. During this phase, the sun will grow so large that it could engulf the inner planets, possibly including Earth. Its brightness will increase dramatically, and the surface will appear reddish, giving it the name, red giant. In this phase, helium in the core begins to fuse into heavier elements, such as carbon and oxygen, through a process known as helium burning. As a red giant, the sun will become a huge, luminous sphere. The increased heat and size will have profound effects on the entire solar system. The intense heat might strip away the atmospheres of planets, and Earth could become uninhabitable. After fusing helium and some heavier elements, the sun will start to lose its outer layers into space. This sheds a vast amount of material, creating glowing shells of gas called planetary nebulae. These beautiful structures are some of the most stunning objects in space. After shedding its outer layers, the remaining core of the sun, now composed mainly of carbon and oxygen, will become a dense, hot object called a white dwarf. A white dwarf is extremely small compared to the sun but incredibly dense. It will continue to shine with residual heat, gradually cooling and fading over billions of years. Eventually, the white dwarf will cool completely and become a black dwarf, a cold, dark remnant of the original star. However, this process could take longer than the current age of the universe, so no black dwarfs are expected to exist yet. In summary, the sun's life cycle is a remarkable example of stellar evolution. It began as a cloud of gas, ignited as a shining star, and will undergo dramatic changes before finally dying as a white dwarf. Understanding this life cycle not only teaches us about the fate of our star but also helps us comprehend the life cycles of stars across the universe. Thank you for tuning in. See you next in another journey of the universe.